of course, the rest is history. We've been partnered now for about 4 years. So let's fast forward to today. Looking back, talk about, was it a good decision, and have we helped you accomplish the goal of
Well,
changing the culture, driving ownership, and caring for your physicians?
I think simply the answer is yes, but I think a little bit of the decision making at the time, it wasn't an easy decision. I remember the chair of our board, a physician, a meds peds doc, said this is one of the silliest things you could ever do. Why would you do this? They saw it almost more as a gimmick than as reality and something that could really help. People looked at the cost and said, well, how are you going to spend that much money? How can you justify those dollars? And when you look at the dollars you spend on physician compensation, and for a group like ours, and you break this down over the group, and you think, well, I'm investing about $500 per physician per provider to have this service. That's nothing. I mean, it's such a small investment. And I go back to that gentleman who was chair of our board who thought this was just not a good thing, and he would not use it. And then all of a sudden he got into an issue where he needed help and he didn't know what he was going to do. Actually, it was his son's car had an issue. He had to pick up a part somewhere and get it somewhere else. He was busy, and he said, oh, crap, I guess I'll call Best on request. And he fell in love. I mean, he started telling his partners. He had a young partner who's had like 2 or 3 kids at home. Her husband traveled in his job, and she was talking about how frustrated it was to get to the grocery store and get groceries, or to have a meal on the table when she got home in time for the kids. And he said, why don't you call Best? And it just snowballs from things like that. You hear the stories, and you've had the stories. We all smile. We had the doc who had you all plan a wedding for her sister because she had committed to help her sister plan her wedding, was going to have it in her backyard, and all of a sudden she got overwhelmed as a surgeon and couldn't set up to have the tables delivered, the caterer set up, and all this stuff. And she just called you all and said, please help. And you did it. So it's really been a remarkable thing. I think 20 slowed us down a little bit. I wish, because typically, as you know, Bill and Tom, we will get you to come to our all provider meetings. You all will set up a table at our meetings so you can meet docs and APPs, and that really stopped in 2020. So we've got about half of our physicians and providers that engage with you all actively. I wish it was 100%, because I think for those who do use it, it can be a lifesaver. It really can.